Let's see how much of this game I can play before YouTube decides to take the video down. Rogue game, new game. I don't know what rogue game is. Do you want to blur the specific image of the protagonist? No. Let us watch. Tell me your name. So this is supposed to be like it's a mix of a whole heap of games. The description's weird. I forgot to write it down. I could barely get this game working. Click the last button on the left to start the quest. You right click. Okay. It's right click. Idle mode. Actively accumulate. Automatically accumulate rewards on the main UI. Interior. Yeah. I'm looking around. Alright, missions. Quest screen. Undertake main side and bond quests. Uh-oh. Currently only fixed content main quests are available. Try clicking the origin story. Full preparation. Travel. Full. Insufficient. We don't have enough gold. Travel light. I'm gonna have to read this, aren't I? Governor, it's been a long time, forgive me, but it's time for me to leave the capital. The elder stone was calm, but his gaze was unwavering. The man in front of him was tall and imposing. This is very loud. Hold on, I got some buttons I can use. Where are we? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Hopefully that's better. The man in front of him was tall and imposing, the medals in his chest gleaming in the sunlight, symbols of countless honours. The governor frowned, his tone tinged with confusion and a hint of anger. What are you talking about? The great work is far from complete. How can you leave now? The elder's eyes were deep, as if he saw through everything. He spoke softly. My mission no longer lies here. The Emperor is dead, and the one I seek is not in this place. As soon as his words fell, a faint butterfly appeared in the elder's eyes, fluttering beyond the high walls of the capital, disappearing to the vast sky. The governor, however, could not see this butterfly. A butterfly, you say? Shock and anger twisted the governor's face. How do you know this? Who leaked the information? The elder remained calm, his expression unchanged. The stars have revealed it. The star of the new emperor has dimmed. The governor snorted, his voice dripping with mockery. Riddles again. Who would have thought that after just 2 months of the throne, this would happen? If your prophecies are so accurate, why didn't you warn the new emperor before the tragedy struck? Yeah, why didn't you? The elder sighed softly. Prophecies are not all powerful, especially when it comes to those at the heart of the storm of fate. Trying to see the truth is like seeking a thread in the thickest fog. It's no easy task. The elder paused, casting a meaningful glance at the governor. But it seems, governor, that you once again will be the regent. I shall take my leave for now. The governor's face darkened, his voice turning cold. Do you think I enjoy sending off one emperor after another? Besides, you know too much. Do you really think you could just leave? Why not stay and assist me and the next emperor? Governor, are you going to break the rules set by the late emperor? My loyalty to the people, not to any one royal family. The governor sneered. Rules? Didn't the late emperor constantly break and reroute the rules? And what about those forces you've been secretly raising? Have they ever been bound by the laws to the late emperor? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? If I force you to stay, it will only lead to bloodshed, won't it? The elder chuckled bitterly. Governor, you jest. My mind is made up. Why trouble an old man? The governor stared at the elder intensely. At least tell me, where are you headed? To the Sunwind city, that perilous borderland. So we're going to go to Stormwind and Borderlands. I was born in the lower district of Sunwind City, a border town on the borderlands. Raised by a simple family. My father was a labourer, always up before dawn to tackle whatever task the day brought, whether it was sowing in spring, harvesting in fall, feeding the horses, or hauling loads through scorching heat and freezing winters. His days were long and unforgiving. But even then, what he earned barely kept us afloat. My mother was once the youngest daughter of a noble family, but after a falling out, she severed ties with them. The same family now faced ruin, burdened by debts and a failed marriage. They lived no better than commoners. Mother was frail and couldn't handle the heavy work, but she did what she could. She's made extra money selling her embroidery and paintings. Thought few truly appreciated her art, as she often had to sell it at a pitiful price. Despite my parents' hard work, we never lived in luxury. Still, we weren't left hungry, cold, or uneducated. Though life was hard, our home was warm with love. Sure. Mother had an incredible gift for reading people. She could tell how I felt without saying a word. That's called intuition. Sometimes she'd tell me beautiful and romantic stories, and in my innocence I asked her, is love really that wonderful? She smiled softly. Yes, one day you'll have a beautiful encounter, but her eyes betrayed a fleeting sadness, and she gently stroked my hair. You'll face many hardships, no matter what happens. I hope you'll never let anything bind you, and that you'll always stay true to yourself. Can we skip this? This is too sad. Wow, it just scrolls through. Okay, clicking 3 buttons in the corner in the center of the screen allows you to explore further. Down arrows represent your current location, while left, up, right directions you can choose. Okay. This is me. Set bust to large. Oh no, that is. Okay. Alright, rest. So, I don't know what we're meant to be doing. What's this? Bonus find. Immortal Crane. Confidence. Safe place, gather rest supplies. Gather supplies. I don't know what to do, so we're just going to click buttons. These are locked. Enemy analysis. Sure. So we have enemies. Behold, combat. Select commands from the left side to perform various combat actions. When a command is selected, its description will appear beside it. All units typically have 3 types of actions: standard attack, bonus attack, reaction. Try using the attack command or search for improvised weapon to defeat the enemy easily. The text on the left hand side is cut off. This music. Attack. Walking mushroom. Attack. Walking mushroom. What else we have? Mysterious. Nothing. Physical. Nothing. Miscellaneous. Teaching. Let's teach the mushroom. Interaction. Look around for something to use as weapon. At least a stone. The higher strength, the larger the weapon. I don't know if that did anything. Well, I won, so that's fine. We go north again. Oh, it's a cat. We can calm the beast. Wow. Interaction. Calm the beast. Stream. We extremely calmed the beast. Impress the enemy and willing to join your team. I have a meow meow. Best day of my life. Alright. Bonus find. Transforms into a crystal once. 10,000 are collected. Use permanently to... Okay. Shattered vase. Its elegant pattern hinting at its true worth. Day after day, paying its take to reassemble it. Final result exceeded my expectation. Transformed into a genuine piece of art. Cool. Keep going. Oh, hello, sir. Pose question. You want to sell this piece at a high price because it's not just a household item, it's art. Do you understand where the value of art comes from? Verbal jewel. Okay. Typically begin with social prep action. And then a rebuttal. In verbal jewels, using honor, infamy, or intel is crucial. Honor restores your morale and guarantees success with social prep. Infamy boosts morale, damages you deal. Intel allows you to select social opinion. Oh my god. Verbal jewels. What? Emotion. So it's not attack, it's not mysterious, physical, miscellaneous, interaction, persuasion, social prep. Persuasion. Where's the interaction? No persuasion. You can go auto. No action required. The next social check automatically crits and restores 10. Let's go honor. And then deals willpower. Logic? He's using emotion to use logic. I don't know what's going on. Do another social prep. 1. Extreme. Extreme logic. Another social prep. I'm only guessing. Extreme. So if he's using emotion, we should use threat, yes. Use clever persuasion to deflect emotional arguments. He's taken a lot of damage. Do another social prep. We'll do another one, another threat. Emotions render humor effective. So I don't know what to do. Do we just keep doing the same thing? Keeps using emotion. Boost your power until the end of the round. Choose one persuasion option and gain its effect. He's using emotion, right? So we should use humor? Okay. Got my interest in something intriguing about your creation. 5 silver coins, enough for a month's tuition. Now go back to your family. Huh. Gradually, my circumstances begin to improve. My father's workload eased, and I received unexpected support from Grandpa Rabor. I found myself learning more in class than ever before. As time passed, I picked up essential skills for survival, reflected my journey to find morale as... Can be swapped until satisfactory options found. A hermit, a wanderer, detective. Let's go wanderer. Cool. We have a rule book. Alright. Feature is currently unavailable. Please press the origin story first. So I guess... completed origin story. So origin story 2. Grab the light. Ooh. Change came swiftly. My mother fell ill with a high fever and my father was weak all over. Many in the neighborhood were suffering similarly. Whether though the misfortune of frail health, I somehow escaped unscathed. Mother repeatedly reassured me not to worry, yet the medicine my father arranged was still delayed. I knew what was going on. I'd seen doctors and supplies sent in waves to the upper city. Caravans passing by wouldn't pause for even a moment, glaring at us if we all were the plague itself. The route to the upper city was sealed off, under the guise of controlling the epidemic, but I needed to reach the upper city. I required medicine, doctors, money, and status. I resolved to hit the streets again. One reason was to earn money, the other was to find a way around the blockade. We're going to skip through all of this. Oh, hello. Who are you and who sent you? You're here to scout, deliver messages. The cold blade pressed against me sent chills racing down my spine. My response will determine my life. I take a wrong turn. I heard this place offered chocolate cheese. Could you let me through? Sure. Nobody spoke lightly, but things were not that simple. I had no choice but to agree. Before I left, she tossed me a dagger in self-defense. Okay, so it skipped all of that other stuff as well. Okay, that's fine, really. You just want to get to the actual game. Opening loadout page allows you to change your character's weapon. Right, so we need to go to loadout screen. Loadout. Weapon. Dagger. Nope. 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 Meow meow. We get companion. Yes. Okay. So go forward. Ooh. Okay. So if we hit defense, I'm not sure what that did actually. Combat report. Oh, my cat attacked it. Nice. Full attack. And again. Alright, bonus find. Regeneration in combat as level increases. Boost preemptive strike chance. Transform into crystal. Only enhance attributes. Oh, that's agility essence. Transforms into crystals. I want this one. Boost preemptive strike chance, yeah? Initiative. Okay, so we got a camp. And maybe loot. Go here. Travel efficiency. Charisma checks. Grants for free weapon attack. We got travel efficiency. Luck. Increases gathering event chances and richness. Absolutely. It's another one. Seems like a safe place where you can gather and rest. We have 6 supplies, no intel. Map routes. Harvest upgrade. Map routes? Travel efficiency? Search area indicated by the second command, leaving no corner unchecked, and finally found a corpse that matched the description. Picked up the scout satchel inside. Besides some miscellaneous items, there was only an unopened letter. Breaking the wax seal would leave traces. It's best not to consider that option. Suddenly felt a chill, and we're going to get ambushed. shadow lunged at me, flash of cold light, blood splattered. I was injured, but fortunately I sensed it in time and avoided a fatal wound. I tried to create distance to see the enemy's appearance. You are now bleeding state. Oh my. A half human, half wolf. It's Man Bear Pig. The Cursed. Neighborhood legend, not far away. I saw some bizarre symbols I couldn't understand. The opponent didn't attack directly, he stood like a goalkeeper. What was he waiting for? My legs moved instinctively, but I hadn't taken a few steps before the pain shot through my wound, oozing more blood. The enemy was closing in slowly and calmly. He was waiting for me to exhaust my strength from blood loss, at which he could easily deliver a fatal blow. Therefore, I had to find a way to deal with him. How unlucky to face such a powerful foe. This enemy is the Cursed, also known as a werewolf. Ordinary weapons won't harm it. Rather than combating it head-on, there must be a better way. Counter Curse is beyond my ability for now, so escaping might be the best option. So rather than facing it head-on, there must be a better way. Counter Curse is beyond my current ability, so I should try escape instead. Let's run. Yes. So there he is there. Escape. Identify enemy. Search weapon. So we'll try escape. Extreme. We extremely escaped. Finally managed to save my life, but my condition is far from optimistic. Still must return to meet the deathly equal sunset. The pain from my wound made me grip my teeth as I forced myself to stay silent. I moved step by step, growing slower with each slip until I was nearly crawling back. The sun was setting, my anxiety grew. Just as the sun disappeared below the horizon, I spotted a deputy and a lackey. I pulled out the scout satchel after the deputy examined his contents. He handed it to one of the subordinates and kicked me aside. The kick wasn't forceful, but it aggravated my wound. The pain was unbearable, my lids grew heavy. The deputy and lackey turned to leave, seemingly satisfied and ready to let me go. But it couldn't end like this. I threw the pain. I threw the pain to stand up. Stumbling as I called after them, my voice hoarse. Wait. The deputy turned to kick me again. I was sent flying, but the pain only sharpened my focus. Wait. I struggled to get back on my feet. You've saved your life. What more do you want? The deputy replied. I summoned all my strength through his train. Her leg before she could kick me again. The lackeys around drew their weapons in almost unison, but the deputy quickly raised their hand to stop them. As I spoke, coughing up blood, I said, "You still haven't given me my reward." The moment I finished, my consciousness faded away. Damn. Wound to be treated. Lucky guard stood beside me. If you'd woken up any later, I might have left you here and kept the money for myself. We got 50 gold bricks. Lucky tossed a pouch of coins my way, claiming it was my reward, then left. Afterward, I sought out Grandpa Robbo. His name's changed now. Who looked somewhat worn. I wanted to pay him to help me find a route to the upper district in the medical. He didn't ask any questions, noted my condition. He seemed low energy himself. I quickly received a pass, nearly emptying my wallet in the process. Following recommendation, I arrived at a temple hoping to find an affordable physician, but the long line stretched endlessly and I had no idea how long I would have to wait. I clenched my fist, filled with frustration. At that moment, a butterfly appeared in my sight. Tethered, it's like the one they were talking about before. Tethered to a single strand of silver thread, as flooded as if alive, shimmering in and out of view like a dream. Without thinking, I followed it. Oh, hello there. In a garden beside the temple, I spotted a young girl watering the flowers. The butterfly disappeared and her blonde hair swayed in the breeze. She quickly noticed me. Oh, noticed me, senpai. She immediately saw that I was injured. After hearing a brief explanation of what happened, to my surprise, she offered to treat both me and my parents for free. My name is Mia Seraphim. Seraphim as in angel? Clergy intern. If you don't mind, I'm still in training. I can help. Her words were warm like a spring breeze, filling me with unexpected joy, I'm sure. Quickly thanked her and asked if there was any way I could repay her. This is part of the duty. Besides seeing how much you've endured, I'm touched and feel even more inclined to help. If you want to repay me, just take care of yourself and your parents. That'll be enough. And all was well. Seems you've met a fateful companion. Uh-oh. But for some reason you can't yet use the team function to add them. The main city's heart button is unlocked, allowing you to interact with companions and grow together. Unlocked Mia. Dynamic background. This is where I hopefully am able to continue playing and not have to cut the video short because of what we might see. So we can interact with Mia. Help with small tasks, little things. She would gently take my hand. Press OK to continue. Luck. Success. Spirit essence. Spend some time with Mia. Okay. Alright. Seems to be safe so far. We do it again. Oh. Shop. Interior. Idle mode. What's this again? Spend loot to gain territories. City. Look at this little thing. While on UI, use the mouse wheel and arrow keys to navigate. Okay. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's okay. Mystical site used for summoning otherworldly heroes. Features unavailable. So that's the gacha part of it, I think. Music's just, I don't know, I like it, but it's weird at the same time. Alright, we'll go to the next mission then, I guess. Travel light, full preparation. So I don't know, it doesn't show me what my stats are, so I just don't know. Press grab quickly, even though the plague had passed, I was still visitor in the temple, claiming to be checking on the recovery and concerned about lingering effects. Whenever I had the chance, I helped with small tasks, little things, but she always seemed happy and I found myself feeling the same. She would gently take my hand, worry etched on her face. She would gently take my hand, worry etched on her face as she examined my scars. Her eyes were soft and warm, like moonlight rippling over a quiet lake. My God. But deep down I knew we were from different worlds. Every time I visited her, I feared the guards would find out about the past I had bought and tear it apart. The thought of it twisted my heart with pain. One day, oh, Robbo. Was it Robor last time, wasn't it? Want me to speak with him? There he is. Let it go. I shouldn't have introduced you two. If you keep going on like this, you'll be exposed, and I won't be able to protect either of us. I didn't know how to respond, but he continued on his own, explaining me his background. The sheriff and family are line-up officers. They're nothing like guards you've ever seen. They're the sword of the royal family, with power enough to shake the entire nation. Should be a shake in your nation. Someone like her, under normal circumstances, she would already be engaged. Her match would likely be the eldest son of a noble family or a prominent official. His words hit me like a hammer, shattering my heart into pieces and sending them plunging into a cold void. Oh my. Edgy. Rabbi sighed and told me he'd arranged a job for me. Stable work with set hours, steady income, and time for education. It would keep me from wandering aimlessly, and I wouldn't have to worry about survival anymore. Now his name's Lobo. I've already informed your family. I knew this was a good offer, too good for fully understand what was given to me. I clenched my fist. Give me a day to think about it. Then I stormed out. I never thought is capitalized, of myself as rebellious, but I couldn't accept his fate so easily. I had to see her. I had to know what she thought. Okay, so I guess we just go. Charisma, supplies, honor. Temporary attributes symbolizing contributions, reputation, and region. Let's get some honor. Nope. Safe place. Let's analyze. Sure. Found Mia again. We chatted about all sorts of things, recent events, and seeing me by. As we eventually ran out of things to say in the silence track, trying to gather my courage, trembling as prepared to speak my mind, share my thoughts and my situation. But she spoke first. She told me that she had changes in her family. She could no longer intern at the temple or see me as she had before. Oh, fate had already written different scripts for our lives. It was a mistake, greedily reaching for the sun, only to be burned. I watched her figure fade into the distance. Surely it was something I could do, but I couldn't think of anything. I tried to grasp the sunlight she left behind, but my hands were empty. Weird. Okay. Level 4. Can we go full prep now? We can. I started the work that was assigned to me. During the day I was busy counting inventory and balancing accounts. At night I studied at a private school. My days were fully occupied, my life both fulfilling and hectic. Ooh, it's hectic, bro. This treatment was so good that I began to suspect hidden motives. One day I summoned the courage to ask Grandpa Robbo, not Rabor, why he was being so generous. He sighed and began his story. His only son had been badly injured during the last plague. While travelling, he was ambushed. Though he survived, he was left disabled. Now Robbo needs someone reliable to help manage his family business and eventually assist his son, I guess, who was cut off at the end. Turned out that even someone as wealthy and powerful as Grandpa Robbo didn't live an easy life. In fact, in the face of disaster, no one was surprised. I realised that I was already unfortunate and I had no right to complain about the circumstances. Yes, you do. You do. Days passed and I gathered experience like grains of sand. Wow. Hoping that one day these grains would pile up into a road that could change my destiny. Or I thought this peace would last longer. No, it never does. Oh wow. But one day the sun and the moon dimmed and the sky was illuminated by a strange red glow. Messages arrived with terrible news. In the distant capital, a meteor wrapped in flames had fallen from the sky, burning half the city and destroying vital underground spirit veins. Okay. The aftershocks triggered volcanic eruptions, with flames roaring like divine punishment, and the northwest glaciers melted, causing floods. My god, it is happening. Creatures once thought to be mere legends reappeared, wreaking havoc across the land, and armies of chaos rose. This event, known as the Starfall Calamity. Calamity. It's Final Fantasy all over again. Though it all happened far away, in places I've never been, it was hard to truly grasp the scale of the disaster, but I could feel the atmosphere shifting. Drifters appeared, wandering the streets like lost souls. The temple's priests could still perform miracles, but they could no longer hear the divine voice. Rumors spread on the streets, claiming that the laws had been shattered. The gods themselves died, and the end of the world was near. Wow, dramatic much? Every day felt like an eternity in fear. Then one day I received notice that a distinguished guest was coming to the lower city. Grandpa Robbo instructed me to ensure everything was perfect and present, and to present our finest offerings. The following week, the guards flooded the streets. The captain was swift and decisive, clearing out the chaos in just a few days. The filthy streets were clean spotless. The gangsters appeared too scared to cause trouble. A few days later, a grand procession arrived with trumpets and drums echoing in the air. From a distance, I could see nobles and guards gathering at the city gate. Ceremony guards lined the streets, their armor shining, while the officers strode. An interesting word. With heads held high. It was a breathtaking sight. The commoners had already gathered far ahead. A sea of people. An old man beside me pointed proudly at his son in the procession, his face beaming with pride. Even the nobles, usually so distant and aloof, bowed respectfully to the army, welcoming them with honor. Among these soldiers, some had humble origins, but like fine porcelain, though they came from clay, they had been polished into treasures. So, that's a strange sentence. The army set up camp. The officers posted recruitment notices for the militia. Emergency notice: a cult known as the Divine Flame has been spotted in the area, spreading chaos. To defend our home, we are recruiting volunteers to strengthen our forces. United, we will stand against the enemy. That night I couldn't sleep. Someone was threatening my home, and I had the choice to rise and defend it. The next day I sought advice from my parents from Grandpa Robbo. Someone concerned about my safety, while others criticized my lack of thought. On the third day I made a decision. I saw my name on the recruitment list. Oh my, hello. My commanding officer's name was Roland, a combat-hardened veteran. Listen up, recruits. What you'll be learning: spells, internal energy, miracles, and various extraordinary powers is now called Dominion Power. Out of you new recruits, only 1 in 1,000 will be able to master a domain, and out of those, only 1 in 1,000 will master a second domain. Your basic training goal is to learn how to combat. Your basic training goal is to learn how to combat, how to obey, and what it means to be brave. Your ultimate goal is to master the domain and become elite soldiers, whereas near prepare for hellish training. And so day after day I trained relentlessly, gritting my teeth through the pain. My clothes were soaked in sweat, and the soreness kept me awake at night. Slowly I felt the power awakening inside me, as if a flame deep in my soul had begun to burn. Ooh. Domain power. What we got? Trickster. You're a master of sneak attacks. Shapeshifter. Master power of transformation. and matter. Nothing matters. Alter matter, corrode armor, petrify enemies, and enhance your team's gear. Ooh, I like that. That sounds good. But we've been stacking agility, haven't we? Let's just go matter anyway. Okay, unlock new powers. Can we hit domain section? Domain and skills. Opening domain interface, you can change your origin, domain, and class. Oh, she is again. So her name is Roland. Okay. No worries. You've set the fastest record I've ever seen. Almost unnaturally fast. You're not holding back. You're not holding back, are you? We get it. Don't make a big deal of it. I'm just surprised it took me 5 years to recruit to be envied. But remember, you're still a recruit. Ready for your first mission? I became the first recruit to master domain power, and the commander quickly gave me an assignment. I knew this was only the beginning, but I was ready. I was no longer helpless. Boy, I once was. It hasn't changed. Oh, we have... She's with us. Formation? Cannot be used here. Laid out. She's level 30. I'm level 9. She has a sword. Does that mean we've got stuff? Yes. Nope. Secondary, no. Feet, no. Third party, no. Okay. Whatever. I don't know what most of this stuff means, so I guess we just... What's this? Gathering. Gather. Gathering can provide loot supplies based on the area's bounty level. Bounty level 69. Nice. 27 loot and 3 supplies. They've already been gathered. Okay. Increases experience gain. Sure. Ooh. I'll take that. Okay, now we gotta fight. Okay. We've still got our cat attacking enemies. That's so cool. Okay. Grants 15 resistance to paralysis. That's probably a good idea. First mission to deal with a group of thugs that have been terrorizing caravans in the city. Silently infiltrated the hideout. Took a deep breath, feeling the power surging within me. I forgot my fear, forgot my hesitation. Oh my. There's a few. So... Mysterious. Here we go. Armor corrosion. Grants an ally physical. Flesh to stone. Stone skin. So how much? Oh, okay, so my SP is 6 at the moment. Sharpen blade. On me. And then, can we do it again? No, we should be up here. No, we can't. Okay, well then we just attack. So this is her. Self-heal. And then mighty retaliation. After taking damage, perform a weapon attack, dealing extra damage. Damage. Nice. Well done. I like people who work efficiently. Commander Roland, standard that is the type of daughter, a hard-working girl. She's about your age. I haven't seen her in years. Since the start of Calamity, I don't even know if she's still alive. Ron spoke as if he talking about someone else's story. So who's this? I understood that. But I understood that she had long since lost the luxury of showing weakness in the combat. Young people like you don't die in the combat field. Combat field. Is that supposed to be like battlefield? Combat field. Did physical sense, but I understood what she meant. Tightened the grip on my weapon. Oh my, she tightened the grip on my weapon. My hands trembled slightly, and the heart pounded in my chest. It was the first real combat, and I'd won. Man, we've been killing shit for a little bit. What are you talking about? There'll be many more enemies in the future. The commander warned me not to get complacent, and instructed me to continue searching the area. Perception check is about to be made. In the corner of Mountain Camp, I found a small mound. I seemed to be out of place. The mound looked ordinary, but the grass around it was unusually flat, as if someone had been walking there frequently. I carefully dug in the mound and uncovered a box. Inside was a stack of documents. The paper yellowed with age, but still readable. Commander Roland's face darkened as she looked at. So it was a she, then a he. I'm thinking it's translation errors, but okay. These are patrol routes leaked by someone from outside. We need to head back immediately and find out who's responsible. Receive loot. Try using the first button on the left to exchange it for something. Loot convert. Spend loot to gain territories. Loot exchange. Why hello there. Welcome, meow. Bye. Alright, we have 100 loot. Unlock a new domain. Weapon box. Armor box. Accessory box. Purple. Yellow. We get a yellow weapon box? We can't. Oh. Purple armor box. No. Blue armor box. Can we get an accessory? Glory armor. Yes. You have a pistol and a dagger. Go away, NVIDIA. Secondary. Feet. Pouch. Companion. Alright, cool. Alright, level 5. Benedict was dealt with, but the Divine Flame had infiltrated much deeper than we anticipated. The emergency meeting was called in the army, and a thorough investigation into the information leak began. Several days later, we captured a spy. He seemed like a simple merchant, but in truth, he had been passing information to the Divine Flame. But it was unlikely he was the only one. All we could do was remain ever vigilant. The continuous investigations left the officers mentally drained. Perhaps this was the enemy's plan all along, to create suspicion and weaken our morale. Oh, there she is. I shared my thoughts with the commander after hearing me out. He slammed his fist on the table and decided to turn the tables. We loudly announced to the entire city that the trade had been caught and would be publicly executed. At the same time, we hosted a grand banquet to lift morale, all while discreetly reinforcing our defense. In truth, we had taken a gamble. We quietly prepared for the worst, switching our deployment the night before the real attack. What were once weak points had been turned into traps, with ambushes laid in every supposed vulnerability. The Divine Flame was a fanatical militant cult that only recently grew active. They worshipped the so-called Flame of the Apocalypse, believing that their leader, the Son of the Divine Flame, would lead them through the final judgment and build a new civilization upon the ashes. The vanguard of the Order was already at the city gates. If our defense line was breached, the lower city, the place I call home, would be the first to fall. I waited prepared, volunteered when the orders came. Warriors' movement, we stand on the front lines of war. Before us are enemies who seek to destroy our home. They are like a swarm of locusts, ravenous, eager to devour land and trample on our dignity, but they will not succeed because standing against them is this brave army. Each one of us is a protector of this land, filled with courage and unwavering will. Warriors, look at the weapons in your hands, the armor on your bodies. Even in these dark times, they will shine with brilliance. Today we'll show the enemy that we stand united. Our strength is unbreakable wall. Every drop of blood, every war cry will be the foundation of our victory. Combat side by side, push back the night and welcome the dawn. Okay, so I now have 100 militia and 120 soldiers. Extreme. Strategy check successful. Our forces will have the advantage and seize the initiative. Oh my god. Beg for mercy. Strategy. Defense. Auto. Strategy. Standard strategy. Strategy. Standard strategy. There's nothing else to do. Yay. Our forces achieved sweeping victory. Morale shift +1. Casualties. He lost 6 militia and 7 soldiers. Combat was in our favour. Most of the officers weren't commanding from the rear. They were at the front lines inspiring the troops. I was chosen to be Commander Roland's personal guard. In a fleeting moment, I noticed a figure approaching Commander Roland. A wave of unease washed over me and I instantly moved towards the figure. Okay. We can rest, can't we? We'll have a banquet. Alright, so let's have a look at this other one. Master Craftsman. Don't know what that just did. I thought it was going to give me an option, but it did not. Gather? No. Alright, let's go. See what happens. Can't use... Oh yeah, because I used everything. Our cat got the last kill. Beautiful. Alright, so more gold, well fed. Distant plus improves paralysis, restores HP. Adds perception checks. We'll probably do the perception checks then, because that's probably going to be something coming up soon. What's this? Regen. Confidence. Conqueror's Pact. Enemies are 20% stronger, but rewards are increased by 15. Get some spirit essence, why not? Cheat dice. Charisma check. Generates a supply item with each action. Lucky. Increases all saving throws. Charisma. Fully motivated. Increases all damage. Decreases by 1 level after combat. Yeah, intel. Escape plan. It's probably good to have. Thankfully, I knew the terrain well and quickly caught up with him. It was an assassin taking advantage of the chaos to approach the commander. I shouted to warn of the sneak attack, but my voice was drowned out by the clash of weapons. I had no time to hesitate, so I rushed forward. To my shock, the assassin was someone I knew. The deputy of the Snake Tattoo Gang. Although I didn't even know her name, she had once helped me. I called out to him, "Stop, are you really going to harm those who protect our home?" For a brief moment I saw hesitation in his eyes, but it quickly vanished, replaced by cold resolve. I'm just following orders. You can still turn back when you can see. Nah, fuck you, I'm not gonna let you. Let's skip the nonsense, I don't plan to fail. I felt a crushing pressure as we clashed, and soon our combat began. The enemy was one of Notorious Street gang leaders. Due to his position, there was no room for negotiation, and his strength would be decide the outcome. Earlier received a dueling pistol as a mission reward. This weapon is highly effective against a particular enemy. Do you want to switch weapons? Yeah, right. So what can we do? Interaction. Physical. Mysterious. Can't do any of that, so we just attack. Ow. What happens if you hit defense? We don't have any SP. Do we just keep doing defense and let the cat attack him? Maybe we're meant to, like, fail. No, we won. Wow. Don't know how that worked. The Debbie's brutal experience on the streets far exceeded my own. Every move she made was calculated and ruthless. Her. So we've changed. Yeah, it's weird. Her street combating skills honed through bloodshed. It wasn't until I took a hit that I realized just how much she had held back during our first meeting, carefully ensuring I didn't get hurt. In a daring move, I loosened the armor at my joints for more agility. I anticipated her attack movements aligning with memories of our past encounter. I caught her leg, locked his joints, and slammed him into the ground with a heavy thud. Dust flew up, and as she lost consciousness in that moment, memories rushed back. I remembered how she spared my life once, and now I thought of the crime she had committed today. Once she held my life in her hands and showed me mercy. Now those roles were reversed. It was my turn to decide her face. Uh-oh. End her life. Ensure he loses consciousness, then spare her. Ensure he loses consciousness, then spare her and her life. Again, I think it's translation errors. No, fuck it. You're dead. The sound of the blade slicing through his flesh echoed my mind for what felt like an eternity. I stepped over his body, my face set with determination as I headed for the next combat field. I looked towards Roland. Two assassins already laid dead at her side. It was clear she had anticipated this. Leading the charge wasn't just to inspire his allies, but to lure out the spies that had slipped through our grasp. These spies, knowing they had been outmaneuvered, needed to prove their loyalty to the Divine Flame. What better way to make amends than by assassinating an officer? Even after the combat, it would be difficult to catch all the traitors, so the plan was to bait them out and eliminate the threat. After pushing back the Divine Flame's vanguard, I finally got up my breath when I watched as the officers worked tirelessly through the night, recording the names of the fallen, returning medals to their grieving families. I spent the night writing letters to those I knew well, each word carefully chosen, but when it came to sign my name, I hesitated. The enemy's main force was still unaccounted for. Would I return home victorious, or would I be a soldier holding my own death benefit? I thought of my fallen comrades and wondered if, before heading into combat with such conviction, they too had written letters that were never sent. So we can't do any interactions yet. I don't think we can do anything yet. We still just gotta get back to the city. Level 6. At a darksome moment, an unexpected ally arrived. He was called Mr. Bei Shu, a seer descended from the enlightened rulers of the successor era. His arrival was a ray of hope. Prophecy is a powerful gift, but it has its limits. The more frequently it's used, the more important the target, the less reliable the prediction becomes. Oh man. Vague revelations and cryptic phrases can lead to disastrous choices. To verify the prophecy's accuracy, we sent our scouts to gather intelligence. Waiting was unbearable. One day, in the middle of my training, I saw a flickering butterfly vanishing around the corner, trailing a thin silver thread. Like before, this was the second time I'd seen the butterfly. The seer noticed my reaction and seemed intrigued. Soldier, you can see the fake butterfly. Describe it to me. Its wings are transparent like water with faint glow patterns. Its body emits a soft light, silver thread from its tail. The seer fell silent, lost in thought. What you see is far clearer than what I can perceive. Not everyone can see the butterfly. It leads you to the crossroads of fate. It connects you with the key moments and significant people. You have the potential to master fate, but whether that potential will bloom, come find me after the war. I will teach you. My commander wasn't fond of such cryptic mystic talk, but I found myself understanding it. Finally, the scouts returned with a critical intelligence. The enemy's main force had occupied an ancient ruin nearby, where they were performing a dark ritual to enhance their powers for a larger offensive. Upon receiving the news, we immediately formed an expeditionary force. It was time for us to strike first. Oh, this is getting a bit long in the tooth, isn't it? Alright, what we got? Sage's advice. Knowledge check. Crit rate, sure. But we lose it if we lose. What else we got? Ooh. Supplies. Yeah, give me supplies. Supplies can be important. experience gain. Yep. Alright, so we can go rest here now too. So we'll go for intel, then rest. We'll rest banquet. Probably didn't need to do that, but you know, whatever. Generous supply with each action. Sure. Much as the ancient ruins, place had once been a sacred site where many sought refuge. Now is overrun by the cult, its walls covered in disturbing and desirable symbols. Strange aura of decay and corruption clung to the place, and the air reeked of burning flesh. Once the place had echoed with holy prayers, but now only the whispers of demons remained. Soon combat erupted, the cultists fought like madmen, immune to pain. Some launched suicidal attacks, even taking down seasoned soldiers with them. The combat was brutal, flaming bodies and debris filled the air, the stench of burning flesh and blood overwhelming. One mistake could mean death. After a fierce struggle, the vanguard finally pushed through to the heart of the ruins. The deeper we went, the more intense the combat became. See, this is the kind of thing, like, shouldn't I be doing that, like, now? Like, shouldn't that be part of the game? Like, fighting through it, but whatever. The armored soldiers stood firm, forming a wall of steel. They were the backbone of our defense, but the relentless combating took its toll, wearing down the numbers and strength. The medics worked desperately to tend to the wounded, but were running out of supplies and magic. More and more soldiers fell. Our logistics were nearing collapse. I felt a wave of exhaustion like anything I'd ever experienced. My ears rang, my head spun, my limbs felt like they were weighing down by lead. As I reached the center of the ruins, the once holy statues stood defiled, their faces smeared with blood, their heads of sacred figures were destroyed, and their limbs lay scattered across the ground. The ancient guardians had fallen. Only one relief remained, somewhat intact, depicting a valiant king, sword raised high, gazing out over his prosperous land and peaceful people. But there was no time to admire it. Of the soldiers who had followed me, barely 1 in 10 remained. Our forces were so close to collapse, and so was the enemy. Suddenly a report came in that the cult's priest was channeling some kind of power. I looked and saw beneath the priest's red robe a face I recognized, a noble who had once welcomed the army with open arms. The next moment my commander, ever the leader, drew his sword and thrust it through the traitor's heart. But it was too late. The blood-red vortex erupted in the air. The sacrificial flames consumed the priest, transforming him into a monstrous half-wolf beast. Oh look, it's Man-Bear Pig again. The beast immediately charged the commander, but the commander's sword was still lodged in the traitor's chest, and even in death the traitor clung to it, creating a nearly hopeless situation. Roland was impaled by the beast, but in her final moments he pulled her sword free and hurled it into an empty space. As I watched the life drain from my commander, I felt a surge of anger, helplessness and fear. He was the soul of the army, and our weapons couldn't even scratch the monster. The beast seemed to mock us, its eyes filled with cruelty and bloodlust. If it was saying, "You can do nothing, this is the limit of mortals," the sheer power of the enemy stirred fear even in the hearts of the bravest warriors. Flashes of my own death crossed my mind, and doubt clad my thoughts as I faced this seemingly invincible foe. But then something came back to me. Fragments of a memory resurfaced. A conversation I once had with the commander. "I've heard you've completed all the training from instructors. You've done well, but if you truly want to stand your own, skill alone isn't enough. So remember this: one day you'll face a battle where fear grips you, where despair seems unavoidable. You'll think there's no way out, and you'll give up before you truly reach your limit. That's when you must stop, take a breath, and think. In the face of overwhelming odds, your calmness is your strongest weapon. Fear doesn't mean failure. The strong doesn't always win, and the weak doesn't always flee. True strength lies in enduring when everything seems lost. I hope you remember that." I ran towards the spot where Roland had thrown his sword. Why had she discarded it? She still had other weapons at her disposal. Of course, this sword could kill the monster, otherwise the enemy wouldn't have fought so desperately to stop him, and Roland wouldn't have tossed it away. I picked up the sword from the ground. In that moment, despite the slim chances, I knew I had what it took to win. A battle against a powerful enemy is about to begin. My god, I fucking hope so. Okay, limit break unlocked. This is Final Fantasy. Usable when the round is round 2. I guess it's what, greater than 2? Equal to or greater than 2? No, I don't know. And Mori team HP is 50%. So we're just going to go turn 2 and 50%. This powerful ability can only be used once per mission. Use it to exploit the enemy's weakness and turn the tide. So where would that be though? Let's do an armor corrosion. Limit break. Okay, what do we got? So, what does this do? Elects a party member to restore 50% of lost health. Plus 10 to all saving throws, 10 to evasion, taunts enemy to focus attack on the user and provides an extra round. Launches a weapon attack with a guaranteed crits and double damage. Consumes all remaining SP to deal true damage to all enemies. The more SP consumed, the stronger. Consumes 50% of HP to restore 50 SP. Removes the dying condition from all allies. This one seems good. And this one. Give me paralysis. I guess we just keep attacking. That was a bit easier than I thought it was going to be. The mighty beast fell before me, my soul and battle spirit surged into new heights. Standing over Roland's lifeless body, I felt a flood of emotions, but I had avenged him. Their priority now was to crush the enemy and secure victory. Somehow the tide had turned, and it was no longer me defending against the cultists, but them retreating before me. With every step I took, they fell back further. Once again I saw out the butterfly, the fake butterfly. It flickered like a dream, casting starlight as it led me forward. I arrived at the deepest part of the ruins, where an ancient sword stood embedded in the ground. Its blade was caked in filth, flames danced along its surface, radiating decay. The sword had once been a sacred relic, but it had been corrupted. It was the source of the divine flame's power. They had defiled it to destroy strength. Stumbling forward, I gazed at the sword, a symbol of royal authority. Time had left its harsh marks on it. It had become a cursed weapon, yet the legendary power still slumbered within, tempting me to reach out. It was just within reach. The weight of destiny pressed on my shoulders, and I felt the burden of fate as prepared to make a choice. I could claim the sword's power, limits of strength, and its resources would be mine. I could conquer the city, leave behind a life of a lower class forever, and take revenge on all who looked down on me. I could dethrone the useless nobles one by one. In the end, I would become the vessel of demonic will, and the legendary son of divine flame, and with that power I could do anything I desired. But memories flashed through my mind, because it's not going to let me do that, is it? Memories flashed through my mind. I hope you never let yourself be bound, and that you stay true to yourself. Gotta show us all the girls. And Grandpa. Show truth, strength, at will. What's this? I am not a vessel, I am the master of my own fate. Sure. Resolutely I gripped the sword and chose the harder path. Almost instantly, darkness engulfed my vision, my body wrapped in something suffocating, making it even difficult to breathe. I recalled the conversations I had with Mia about curses. This was a sacred site. If I could properly guide the power within, perhaps I could break the something. With the sheer willpower, I could dispel the curse and restore the sword's former glory. You have unlocked the Fate Surge ability, allowing you to spend fate points to alter outcomes. So we were meant to fail that, so we could use that. Then we go to critical. Slowly applied force trying to pull the sword free, but some invisible power held it firmly in place. I gritted my teeth, pushing harder and harder. As the blade moved an inch, blood red light exploded around me, and terrible curse gripped me like 1,000 claws, tearing at my flesh. Despite the pain, I kept pulling. Let's just keep pulling, bro. Use skill, fate surge, critical. My hands blurred the agony unbearable. With every inch I pulled the sword free, but I couldn't stop now. Suddenly I heard voices echoing through the sacred ground. Countless voices dispelled the demonic whispers, pulling my thoughts back to the ancient past. I saw the history of the kingdom, the glory of the King's Nine Swords, the heroics of the successor era, and the arrival of the Eternal Emperor. No idea what all that is. War and Revolution had buried this national treasure here, forgot by time. There'd be a high number, it'll fail, you do the fate thing again, and it'll be like, what, 2 or 3? Yep. Gradually the curse on the sword began to weaken. At the moment I fully drew the blade, the brilliant light erupted, burning rail of filth that clung to it. I stood still, realizing something deep within my soul had changed. I was no longer just a common blade, nor porcelain treasure, I'd become something extraordinary. The remaining cultists seemed to realize too, their source of the bad had been taken from them, the divine flame had vanished. The few enemies left charged at me in frenzy. Burn him alive, they screamed, their voices wild and desperate, but with one swift slash of my sword I cut through them all. In that instant their will to combat crumbled. The ruins fell silent, and I raised the sword high, announcing victory in the army. The surviving soldiers looked in awe and reverence, chanting my name. Okay. I see your approach, tears streaming down his face, his body trembling. At last I found you. He knelt before me on one knee. At the same time, a fate butterfly gently landed on my shoulder, as if it finally found its true home. Legendary ruler who wields the chosen sword, the prophecy near forgotten. I pledge my loyalty to you, whether you see a king destined to lead us into the future. Soon the soldiers followed suit, one by one, kneeling at my feet. In that moment I realized I had become the new soul of this army. Fate butterfly to acquire a new companion. The battle has settled, and after a brief celebration, not much has changed in the city. Kept the peace, some mysterious events in the lair remain. From now on you shall inherit all the resources of our organization. Previously neutral seers pledged their loyalty. Your homeland will soon fall under your rule. In these troubled times they need a leader. Yada 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 yada. Oh my dear. Use the fate butterfly. Pay attention to these items. Use them to add. Okay, so we need to raise the butterfly. So that's interior. So what's the interior? Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay. We have precious memory, weapon box. Sure. We have an armor box. An accessory box. Mana cloak. Resources. Army. Weapons. Armor. Secondary. Feet. Belt pouch. Companion. We can interact with ourselves. No, we can't. That would be a bit funny, wouldn't it? City. We can't do any. Oh no. There you go. Acquire otherworldly points. Okay, Chosen Sword Master, FPS Master. FPS Master. What? We're just gonna get some random Twitch streamer. Skill Fate Search. Why not? Just take the hero's name. Oh, it's a friend. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Please excuse me. Okay, so there's no back button, so I actually had to, like, exit. Use Fate Butterfly to acquire a new companion. Where is it though? Oh, there it is. Alright, so a golden-haired angelic girl will help me through the times. Golden-haired angelic girl to help me through the times, or a lively and playful girl joking with me while carrying a great responsibility. We'll go for a lively, playful one. Wow. We have a bonding quest now. So we go mission. The origin story is complete. Side and bond quests are now unlocked. Switch between them by scrolling left or right on the screen. So that's side quest. Bonding quest. Not enough supplies, so we go forward. Okay. As dawn broke, I waited for my new assistant. I could hear steady clip-clop hooves as a fancy carriage approached. Oh, the girl lightly jumped down from the carriage, her long hair flowing in the morning breeze. Her eyes were filled with both nerves and excitement. Welcome to my domain, I said with a simple gesture of welcome. I hoped the modest reaction wouldn't disappoint her. She gave a full bow. Thank you for protecting me, my lord. I will do my best to become your finest assistant. Then, with a playful twinkle in her eyes, she added, but don't expect me to walk around with all the stern face like these old folks. Great, we could use more locals around here, I said, showing her around. Over time, is it Bays? Buzzy? Beidou? Relax, there was no cold orders or stern looks here. She was no longer expected to be perfect in every quest. Instead, she shared responsibility with my character. Even when she slacked off on minor duties, I would just turn a blind eye. Absolutely. One day, she found an injured rabbit in the garden. Initially, she worried about being scolded, but instead of anger, my character and the servants helped her take care of it. Skipping through the story is pretty hard. Like, these are like pretty... Like, these are events that I reckon they should have just had played out, not just skip over. One evening after a long day's work, Bays unexpectedly leaned against me from behind. Can we talk? Voice trembled slightly. Wanted to thank you. Seemed unusually shy. What could it be for? Was it for letting her borrow novels from the library, the special dessert I saved for her, or helping her with the rescued animal? 1, 2, or 3. The only one that they've mentioned is the third one. Was not any of those, she murmured. Oh, okay, so it was a fake choice. Smarter reply, doesn't matter what it's for, I'm just happy to see you happy. She buried her face deeper against my back. Wanted to say that everything feels different now. Disasters, duties, they don't seem scary anymore, but don't overwork yourself. I'm pretty capable too. She turned around to face me, her eyes glistening with tears and determination. Oh, what's that? Hold on. I'm gonna get my phone out. I'm going to load up Chrome. I am going to hit translate. I'm going to get the camera thingy working. I seem to become... Oh no, hold on. Stop changing. The atmosphere seemed to become somewhat ambiguous and awkward, and there was a stalemate for a while. Do you want to go see the stars? It was a subconscious invitation. That's what that says. Yes, she answered eagerly. A cool breeze brushed her flushed cheeks. Oh my. Suddenly a shooting star flashed across the sky. Legend says if you wish upon a falling star, it will come true. I wasn't into wishing on stars and worried it might fall down, but the girl beside me seized the moment, silently making a wish. She opened her eyes, we briefly met his shut gaze before looking away. What do you wish for? I asked her as she responded to me with a sly smile. That's a secret. You'll have to wait a long time before you find out. After a pause, she added softly, but maybe one day you will. She's joined my team. And then they had segs. I'm going to leave it there. I didn't realise it was going to be that long. And there was a lot of talking and reading, and I don't think I have the right voice for it. And I'm not in a good environment to be doing funny voices, because it's 3 in the morning. So yeah, and I'm in a bedroom right next door to other people, so I have to be careful. But yeah, there you go. I just thought this was really, really interesting, and there's most of the comments, most of the reviews and everything are not in English, so it'll probably be overlooked. No one will ever look at this, I don't think. Not in the West anyway. But there you go. All the details will be in the description. If you are interested, it'd be in the description. I don't even think anyone's actually going to watch this video, and if they do, hello. Thank you for watching. But there you go. That was a game, I think. And the screenshots show that while this is not marked as an adults-only game, it does have some adult content in it. But I think that'll be deep in the game. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another one.